Hey there, BookTube. How's it going? It seemed like there was a little lag there at the beginning, but that's cool. Either way, how's it going? Friday night, and we're here to rock. I hope everybody had a great week. My week has been pretty awesome. It was a little short week, right? Because we had our kind of, sorry, we had our kind of 3-day weekend, Memorial Day last week, and then so a short week, a little shorter week for me. Nice to see you, Christina. Thanks for coming by. Always cool. Very cool to see you. Happy Friday, Ineffable. Very cool. Ineffable's in the house for sure. History Shelf. Hey, Peg. Nice to see you. Awesome. And Tom LA Books in the house. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by always. We got Alexa in the house as well, all the way from Serbia. Is that correct? So I love this. I love being able to, yeah, that's right. The future is here. I love being able to connect with people all over the globe. Falcon, hey brother, nice to see you. Always cool. Pavio at attention. Thank you for coming by. Trish Bowell, first Friday Night Live. Very cool. Thanks for coming by. My Friday Night Lives have a tendency to be pretty funny, depending on who's hanging out. We're going to have some fun. And it is all almost 100% book related, right? We love some books around here. I'm always looking over here because that's where the chat is. So if I'm looking over here, that's when I'm seeing what people are saying and reading it and all that kind of stuff. Bryant's in the house. Scott and Becky, thank you so much for coming by. Always cool to hang out with everybody. And yeah, good stuff. So I have been a reading machine lately, and I mean, still doing my work stuff and life stuff and all that, but I read a couple of great shorter works. Ursula K. Le Guin's Left Hand of Darkness was the last one, and what a book that is. Just a wonderful sci-fi novel. And that is what comes with the territory when you read some Ursula K. Le Guin. She seems like she can enter into any kind of genre, do anything she wants, and do it with just an amazing skill. Chris Robinson, nice to see you, brother. For sure. Chris Robinson is a friend from Instagram. Big Hole, I think, is the name. Uh, Feel free to put it in the chat so that if anybody does have Instagram, that they can follow you, brother, because we're all about some community here. And speaking of community, I'll go ahead and shout out one of my favorite. Lathe of Heaven is so good, Scott. I love that book. I just read that before. And yeah, uh I read Lathe of Heaven, and then right on the heels of that did Left Hand of Darkness. It was a great reading experience. And so I will say, a first time viewer, thank you, IDIC Warrior Reads. Thanks for coming by then. Very cool. Yeah, Scott and Steve Donahue and Mark Richardson. Mark and Steve probably will be by at some point. They like to come by the lives and have some fun. But right after last week's live, they did a video where they were just talking and chatting books and hanging out. And they said a lot of wonderful things about my lives, what we're doing tonight, and the channel in general. So I was very humbled by that. And thank you very much for all that. And yeah, there it is. Big Hole HNW. That's what it is. A great channel. Chris is well versed in awesome books, um, and also some nice banjo covers. Nice to see it, brother. Very cool, Christina. Very, very cool. You're gonna love it. Hey, Moon Palm. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by, for sure. The married couple, Peg. Is Martine hanging out too? I hope that Martine is hanging out. She's probably over there on the couch, just gonna interject as she feels like, right? I like her style. Okay, so let me get. Oh, nice, nice. The first half of Underworld is unbelievably good, and the last half is fantastic as well. But um, different because he's really able to get where he wants to get. Hey, John. Howdy, howdy. Nice to see you, brother. Thanks for coming by the live. And Quentin Ferrari, thank you for coming by for sure. Everybody cool hanging out. Thank you so much, y'all. All right. So I'm gonna head and put it, I'm gonna put it in the chat. So this is um a YouTuber. She is a wonderfully strong reader. And she makes great videos. Most of them are like vlog style. Most of them are vlog style, but I watch everything she does because she's hilarious and it is really, really cool. I'm receiving this, Jack. I'm receiving this. Nice to see you, Jack. Thanks for coming by. Rocking. B&B Books. B&B Books. Nice to see you. B&B Books is along for the read. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken. I have so many different chats going and things going on. But B&B Books is along for the read of The Dragons of Autumn Twilight. That's what we're reading. We're going to read all 3 of the Dragonlance Chronicles. We're just doing one a month. So to keep it very cool, right? So this one is just fun and taking me back to my nighttime. And thank you for coming by B&B Books for sure. Just hanging out when you can, right? And all good. Feel free to check it out whenever you do have time. We're gonna get into some cool stuff tonight, but I am maybe on chapter 12 of The Dragons of Autumn Twilight. That is the first book here. I have like a little bit more to go before I get to book 2. It is fun. And it reads like a Dragonlance campaign. If you've ever played Dragonlance when you were younger, then it definitely feels like a game in a narrative form. Hey, Almighty Om, thanks for coming by. Always cool to see you on the Friday nights. Just started it today. Cool. Very, very cool. B&B Books is Ian Porter. Is that right? Yeah, Ian Porter. So very cool. Hey, she was only Evie. So Evie is the mastermind behind this read along. And thank you for bringing us all together, Evie. It is very cool. And it is a crazy chat. There's so many people in there. And I've done my share of adding people as well. But we will be putting out some content maybe as the group. And I will definitely do my own content on the channel on this kind of landmark. A landmark series is what it is. It's shaped the fantasy genre. So very cool. Yep, I got it right. Glad to see I'm not losing my mind, right? Paranesi. Well, okay. You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do, Evie. I was noticing that you weren't super active in the chat, which is all good. Not a lot of people are reading it at the pace that I and Andrew are reading it. Andrew and I, and that's Andrew at the channel Andrew's Wizardly Reads. He is reading it kind of on my pace. Hey, Hannah. It's been a long day, and I'm so thrilled to be here in this amazing community. Thank you, Hannah. And you've helped build it as well. It's very, very cool, this community. And I hope that you can chill out and just have some fun with us, because that's what this is all about, is just the end of the day on Friday. This is where I do my kind of, you know, um wrap ups, I do hauls, I do all my kind of community stuff. So it's that kind of conversational, hanging out, everybody kind of chilling kind of stuff. So yeah, y'all have all, um, especially somebody like Hannah that's been in the community for a while, uh, been facilitators to allowing me to be able to do what I'm doing here. Andrew, that's right. So that's Andrew, the Andrew that I'm calling out. We are reading the Dragonlance at a pace, I think, a little bit quicker than the others. I mean, I started right on the first. Some haven't started yet, and we're just gonna take it laid back, right? Booktube is kind of fantastic. It's amazing, and it's so validating, and just feels great to see a real vibrant book community that people do read. People read, and it is just, you know, um, just great to be able to have the kind of conversations that we have. Very cool. A week at the lake house of reading is sounds like fantastic. Fantastic, Trish. I'm envious, that's for sure. Just finished chapter 11. I'm right there with you, Andrew. I finished chapter 11 and did not do chapter 12 yet. So what a cool series. Taking tea with Catherine. Nice to see you, for sure. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. All right, so that's what I'm reading right now. And also, I gotta tell you guys about, I'll show it, and I might do my haul, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, because this is one of the most mind-blowing reading experiences that I've read in a long time. There you go. Hey, y'all discuss. I got a book that is an experimental, off the rails, metafictional, just mind blow. And it is put out by a small press. And you might have seen, you might have seen me talk about it a little bit. Nice. There you go, Becky. There's all there, I do touch on some books that you've read every once in a while, right? But I get to books that are just, I want the mind-blowing books. I want something that has not been done before. That's what I'm looking for. Something that will expand what I think, what I know about books and what narratives can do. And it is America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots, a diagnostic. This thing is completely unbelievable in what it's doing. It is kind of a alternative America, an alternative present, not an alternative history. It's an alternative present, and it is a dystopian, and it is a complete off the rails. mind blow. So I'll leave it at that for now. I'm through chapter 3. I just finished chapter 3 earlier today, and I cannot wait to read more. It's very addicting, this book. It is like, just beautiful, what you want, you know. Hey, hey, what's up, Book Nick? Nice to see ya. Thanks for coming by. Book Nick is the new channel of the Room Note. You got to check him out. So I'll leave that for now, and I'll do my book haul, and then maybe talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But just so everybody knows, YouTube partnership is nothing, and I have not tried to solve the maze. I'm not messing with it. I'm jumping right into the text. It's uh for sure, Book Nick. Everyone check out his channel. He's a former Room Note and putting out some good content for sure. And take your time, brother. Do your thing. It is very cool. So being YouTube partnered for me is all about having greater visibility within BookTube, within YouTube, if that's possible. It's not about uh, making money. YouTube does not hook you up like that. I've been monetized for like 3 weeks now, and my monetization is sitting at $16. It's nothing. And it's not going to get any more either, because to get more, if I wanted to try to do that, would be to put more ads on my stuff. I limit that very, very closely, and I don't play that game. I have no interest in that. Thanks, Omar. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by the channel. So I will say that if you do want to support the content in any kind of way, mostly it'll be books, or it might be equipment, things like that. This is where you go. This is how to support me. Just a very free, no frills place where you can support the channel and support the content. I definitely appreciate it, and it's the kind of thing that supplements my passion. What I do here is, all about books and all about community, and so it supplements uh my buying books and acquiring different stuff, and also maybe some equipment, things to make the content better, but definitely not a big deal. Y'all check it out if you want. So, and I appreciate everybody. Hey, Summer, nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. Always cool. So I was in a very affluent um part of town this this week, just like last week. And when I go to the a different part of town where I live, I am sure to visit their thrift stores, right? Because I want to go see what books are there, because people just give away books all the time. They don't care. And so I go and check out the thrift stores, and I find cool stuff. And so I did go. Very cool, Ineffable. It is a big read. Gave it a month to read it. And I read other stuff with it while I was reading that. So I could have probably read it in 2 to 3 weeks if that was the only thing I was reading. But it is a big book. It's a beast. So I understand. Very cool. Yeah, looks like everybody is here tonight. Very cool. Jackie Lou's book queue. Thanks for coming by. Nice to see you again. And I hope everybody comes by. It's very cool to see people hanging out and have the community. Yeah, mind-blowing books are straight to the TBR. That's how it should be. Uh, you know, when it comes down to it, when you got a big day, busy days, and all that kind of stuff, where you have to use your mind a lot, then the reading for those kind of evenings is the comfort reads, right? And things that we really just find comfort in, and we settle down into. That's right. It's where all the cool kids hang out. So onto my haul. What I found, one of the best that I found, Kobo Abe, The Woman in the Dunes. I've never read it. I've heard great things, and this will be a first time read for me. Trosh House, and y'all gotta check out this channel. Okay, they have like 25 subscribers, which is insane, and they are great. I'm gonna put it in the description box. There it is. You got to check out their channel. You have to, because they are great booktubers. They're so fun and funny. They're a couple that live in Alaska, and they have an insane amount of books and an insane amount of movies. And it is fantastic, their content. Go there, right there. Go to Trosh House and sub their channel. The fact that they have 25 subs right now is blowing my mind. So I want to kind of push them as much as possible. Hey, Laverne, nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. Laverne Hodge in the house. She knits and spins. She the the female counterpart of Trosh House spins her own yarn, makes her own yarn. So it's super interesting. Hey PG, I'm finna read that. Nice to see you, brother. Very cool. Nice to see you in the house. That's for sure. So uh Andre, who is the husband, I think is it Christine Trosh? Is it Christine? And then it's Andre is her husband. Andre said that Woman in the Dunes is one of his favorite books of all time, top 10. So I had just found it, and I hit him, and I was like, yo, um, it's moving up on the to be read now. I'll crush this book. I'll read it in, a couple few days. So that is very soon on the TBR. I'm glad I found it because I did not own a copy. Very cool. Hey Omar, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, we're going to do some more. Actually, I didn't plan on doing an analysis of another pioneer. Uh, Daniel Backer, who has a channel called Off the Wall Novels. He's a great booktuber. He just did a video on another pioneer talking about it, and then I reached out to him, and then we're going to do a discussion analysis kind of video together on Oblivion, the short story Oblivion. And we're going to do that very soon, probably within the next 2 weeks, I would say. Very cool. And I might do another Pioneer. I think I can bring some stuff to the table that Daniel did not say, but that story is something that I had trouble wrapping my head around with. What is David Foster Wallace actually trying to do with that story? So I didn't, make a video on, because I'm not going to make a video and say, here's this story. I don't know what it means. I mean, I do know what it means, you know what I mean, but not have any really valuable thing to say. I'm not going to go into it. Hey, Brandy, nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. Very, very cool. Nice. Nice. Well, I'll check out the ruined map. That's for sure, Jack. Thanks for thanks for bringing it to my attention. I was just thinking, I'm thinking, If it's the greatest book ever written, why hadn't you talked about it on your channel yet? You know? Nice. Roast them books, Tom. Not on the grill. Keep that for the steaks. But very cool. Very cool. I want to check out. I need to read some Kobo Abe for sure. Y'all are funny. Yeah, good luck with the another pioneer, right? But we're gonna go through Oblivion. I'm gonna team up and do Daniel Backer author, uh, the channel Off the Wall Novels with Oblivion. PG, I ain't finna read that was in our Oblivion read along, and I'm still looking forward to it, brother. After Oblivion, after Daniel Backer and I do Oblivion, you and I will kick around doing the Suffering channel. I need to reread it and think on it and really, and we need to talk it out, talk through it, right? Because that is a crazy story. It's just crazy. Um, I have not read any Abe, so The Woman in the Dunes will be my first. But I am open to all recommendations. It's how I roll. So another one that I picked up from the thrift store that I visited was Patti Smith's Just Kids, and this was one that was, I mean, Anna Wallace Johnson, the channel that I referred to earlier, that's more vlog style. She's a New Yorker. She's hilarious and does great videos. She turned me on to Patti Smith by she had just read a Patti Smith novel, not this one, but she said how much she loves Patti Smith, and I love Patti Smith's music. I love, kind of folk style music and all that. You come through it, brother. I'm gonna, we can give it some time. Maybe give it a couple of weeks, and then I'll hit you, and we'll start kind of talking through it, and we'll do the Suffering channel. So yeah, I'm gonna get into Just Kids. She said, uh, get your tissues ready. And I was like, really? Like, am I gonna cry? But I I'm not a very emotional reader. What it is when I read, I'm very engaged intellectually and mindfully with what is being said and done. And unless something is drastically emotional, I won't become emotionally affected on the reading. But when I get done reading, I will um I will feel the emotions upon reflection. When I reflect on what I read, like later that night or something, then I will get emotional. So I don't know if there's a time. I mean, there is times, of course, where I've been reading and then I become emotional as I'm reading, but that is very rare for me. Most of the time, I feel the emotions after the fact upon reflection. Nice. I'm going to check it out. Ah, thank you, Jack. Thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. And enjoy your dinner for sure. Hey, Lee, don't you worry, man. You just come by whenever you want, whenever you can. All good. And yeah, I'm here. Everybody's here. We're gonna keep it hanging out. I wish somebody was making me dinner too, Moon Prom. I'm just playing. It's after dinner for me. After dinner. It's about 9:30 at night for me. So I'm having my libation and talking books with my booktube crew, right? So the last of the haul from that thrift store that I got. Hey, Mindy. Very cool. Nice to see you, Mindy. Thanks for coming by. And yeah, the last of my haul and this is inspired by the Codex Cantina and Christy Louise at Dostoevsky in Space. I picked up Anton Chekhov's complete plays. This was sitting there calling out to me, look, have you been read? Have you been read? Have you been loved? Not enough. This is mine, baby. And what a beautiful edition. Look at this. The inlays on the side. It's just a beautiful edition. This is Harper Perennial that put this out. I love it. It has everything. Every Chekhov play. So we have Swan Song, The Bear, The Proposal, Ivanov, The Seagull, The Reluctant Tragic Hero, The Wedding Reception, The Festivities, Uncle Vanya, Three Sisters, Dance of Tobacco, The Dangers of Tobacco, The Cherry Orchard, and let's see who's doing. It doesn't say. I was gonna say who's doing the. Oh, translated by Paul Schmidt. That's who did the translation. So very, very cool, right? And I'm looking for it. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the Cherry Orchard. I can't wait. That'll be one of the first, if not the first I go for. Nice. Chekhov's plays are very, very strong from what I hear. And, you know, uh you can't not get into the Russians when you're hanging out and talking with Christy Louise and and Una over at the Codex Cantina. And I'm always hanging with those two. I would say hey to Christy. She's not in the chat tonight, but she has a really good excuse for why. She's actually on vacation. So Christy Louise is closer to me than she's ever been. She's in South Carolina right now with Kevin, and they're on a vacation. And it seems like, and I hope that they are continuing to have a wonderful, great time. Uncle Vanya, very cool. Then I will put that one high on the list of reads as well. She's just a. You're just around the block, Brandy. Y'all are so fun. Y'all are so fun, I swear. Yeah, all killer, no filler, baby. Okay, so this is a um this is an Instagram purchase. The Instagram is called Literary Pay Dirt. If you follow Literary Pay Dirt, they sell books. And I got Jean-Paul Sartre, Anti-Semite, and Jew. This is a kind of a sociology essay. Yeah, right. I know, right? I was so jealous. I don't go on vacation either. Ever. Ever. Y'all are funny. Yeah, I'm a Georgia boy born and raised. Very cool. I am a Georgia boy born and raised as well, Becky. Very cool. So, this is a fervent and brilliant challenge to anti-Semitism. Jean-Paul Sartre's book is a brilliant portrait of both anti-Semite and Jew, written by a non-Jew from a non-Jewish point of view. Nothing of the anti-Semite, either in his subtle form as snob or in his crude form as gangster, escapes Sartre's sharp eye. And the whole problem of the Jew's relationship to the Gentile is examined in a concrete and living way rather than in terms of sociological abstractions. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it. Literary Pay Dirt, they're a great bookseller, and they hooked me up. So this is translated by George Becker, And it is let's see, we got 153 pages. I'll crush it. And if there's something worth making content on out of it, which I'm sure there's something worth making content on. I don't mean to downplay it, but if I feel like making content on it, then I will, right? No worries. And it does sound damn good, doesn't it? It does sound damn good. Jean-Paul Sartre uh bringing his high-powered perception to uh Judaism, being Jewish, and anti-Semitism, right? So I can't wait. I'll roast it. Nobody ever says that. Tom, nobody ever says that. I'm gonna crush it. That's what I'm gonna do. I crush books. So very cool. Whew. So that's my haul. That's what I've gotten over the last couple of, few days since last week. And I actually got this over the last week as well. Very cool. Yeah, I know you love Jean-Paul Sartre. I've seen your video, Pavio, on No Exit is fantastic. I love it. And so yeah, I know you love I know you love it. So this is a mixed media that has come out, and we got it signed by the authors. This is the first edition, first printing, and fantastic. But it is mixed media. We have different fonts, some different formatting things. I tell you, Summer, when you show your books and your collection and what you really have, it is totally mind blowing. I love seeing your collection, Summer. It's so good. And I saw you packing up books, like you were getting rid of some books. And I can't imagine how many you really have, because it seems like you just have been collecting for a long time. That's very, very cool. No Exit is spectacular. It's completely um a fantastic play. I always saw the characters very vivid, and what they're doing. Nice. I never read Nausea, but I never have heard of this book. When I this book when I saw it, I jumped on it because I had never even heard of it before. So I was like, yeah, it's mine, mine, mine. So what this book is doing, it is completely blowing my mind. We have a chapter. This is off the rails, postmodern, epic writing. Just it is undefinable. Okay, it doesn't. It is just its own thing, completely its own thing, and there's no words to really describe it except to say what it is and try to explain it within its own framework, because what it does is it is so hot here. The Bryants know what's up. Bryants live close to me in Georgia, and we are roasting. I live outside. You see how dark I am. You can see how dark my arm is compared to my upper arm that stays under under the shirt. So it at first it deconstructs narrative and what narrative is and are like how to tell a story. But while it's deconstructing, it's actually building its own narrative style. And I noticed that in the first chapter, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, right? Right? And then I noticed in the second chapter that it is actually like building a mythology. This kind of, because like I say, it's an alternative America. It's an alternative kind of dystopian America. So there's the what makes it what it is, what makes it, what makes people get where they've gotten to, and then there's an alternative present that we're in. So it kind of, the second chapter kind of gives you that. And by the end of that, the third chapter just kind of puts you right where you want to be in a most unbelievable way. After reading the third chapter is very short. I had a rush come over me, and it was just so empowering. And I was just like, what is happening now? Now I'm ready to go. Like I'm tuned up. It's time to get this. You know what I mean? And uh, what Philip Friedenberg, that is the author, what Philip Friedenberg and Jeff Walton, the illustrator, have done with this book is already unbelievable. And I am just now getting to it. I'm about a quarter of the way through it. That's where I'm at. So I'm a quarter of the way, and I can't wait. I mean, I'm telling you, it's addictive. I come home, on my way home, I think I got to do this, then I got to do that, then I can read more of America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots. That's what I'm thinking on my way home, because it's so freaking addicting and mind blowing and super cool. So I hope everybody's doing good. I wanted to kind of, just the last part of the evening here, just kind of open it up and go towards a question. Lukash at A Cruel Reader's Thesis. It is. Lukash at A Cruel Reader's Thesis did a video. Sorry about that. Seems like it got bogged down there for a second. And I don't know why it would do that, but maybe just a connection thing, right? Just something with the internet. So Lukash at A Cruel Reader's Thesis did a video that I thought was kind of strange. And I thought about it a little bit, but then I thought that I might want to address it just because I did think it was weird. And then why? Why did I think that? And then open it up to the community to talk about, right? So he did this. I caught your hiccups. You're funny. I don't have hiccups. If I have hiccups, I gotta hold my breath. So it was this kind of thing, exploring an idea called top down readers or bottom up readers. And those are not terms that we use to describe readers, right? So it was this kind of thing that was I was just kind of like, what does that mean? And he gives some kind of definitions for it. And so I thought it was interesting that when somebody brings in new terms to talk about something that we all talk about. I mean, everybody talks about reading and readers. There's been so many types of there's been so many videos where people talk about whether they sub vocalize or not, what type of reader they are, and all that kind of stuff. So when it comes down to it, uh, nothing that is on the table here is something that we haven't talked about as far as the community is concerned. But he makes this kind of distinction between bottom up and top down readers because these terms come from psychology, and you know he was talking about applying them to this kind of thing and saying that, well, the top down and the bottom up type of reader are not exclusive, that it's more of a spectrum. And so everybody, from my point of view, just to keep in mind, all readers are both top down readers and bottom up readers by what Lukács defines them as, right? So the bottom up reader on the extreme level will be like more involved in the peculiars, like on a word by word or a sentence by sentence basis to construct their meaning. Um, we all do that because we can only read by a sentence by sentence basis, and we are constructing meaning uh, as we're reading, right? So, say you're only through a portion of a book, what you think that book is getting at, what kind of things you're putting value in the text and getting some kind of ideas from, or the ideas that are explicitly stated, those kind of things are delivered on a line by line, paragraph by paragraph basis, because that's how you experience the text. And nobody is suspending their thinking until they get the whole thing and working from the other direction, right? Because a top down reader, as he defines it, would be somebody who is more going for the broad meaning in a text, themes, things like that. And so a broad meaning or thematic uh, meaning of a text, well, you can't know what themes are in a text until you've read a large portion of the text, right? So everybody and everybody who reads that is doing the bottom up part, when they get a big amount of text, the whole book or close to it, they are then going to look at it from a broader point of view, right? So I think that every reader is both sides of this, and that the distinction is actually very arbitrary and doesn't really work. Um, it is a kind of thing where people think, and this, I mean, a lot of just people who think about stuff and want to break things down in order to try to understand them better. They think, hey, Mark, nice to see you, brother. They think that if they break things down and categorize it and label it, that by and then filling those labels, like a jar with a label, filling them up with facts, by doing that you get a better understanding of what something is. And you don't. You just don't get a better understanding of human beings by breaking them down into labels and constituents, and then filling those labels and constituents up with facts about people that are like that, and then drawing conclusions from all that. You don't learn about individuals, and you don't learn about people from doing that very well. what you do to learn about people, individuals, is ask them whether they subvocalize or not. Ask them whether they read slowly and carefully, trying to understand every word, or whether they, if they come across a word that they don't know, do they look that word up, or do they uh, go on context clues and things like that to establish meaning of the sentence? Those kind of things. Hey Mark, hey Deb, thanks for coming by. Is Steve in the house? I haven't seen Steve. I haven't seen Steve say hey yet, that's for sure. So I don't know when it what it comes down to. When it comes down to it, I don't know if there, to me, if there's any kind of, validity and something to be gained by compartmentalizing readers in this kind of way, and then trying to draw conclusions as to which one you're more of. You know, I think all of us as readers do all of that stuff. You're gonna get the sentence, you're gonna get the paragraph, and then you're going to get the whole work, and then you're going to reflect, and you're going to have this broader kind of look back. It depends on how careful. Nice, Mark. Yes, you did it. It depends on how careful of a reader you are. You know what I mean? Are you a careful reader? That would be the question, right? Are you a quick reader? That would be a question, right? It's not. Some people are, you know, careful readers, and for that reason, they're more like this whole big, construct that is not a real thing at all. And then some people are more quick readers and not careful readers, and they're over here, and there's this spectrum and difference between them like that. There might be differences in how people approach texts, but that doesn't work and serve to illustrate differences in the way that they read big in broad ways. Somebody can read quickly and still gain a very deep understanding of a text. What if they know, what if they do know all the words? Okay. What if you're reading a very big or a very kind of erudite work, and that work has a lot of words that somebody might work, might have to work to understand and look it up. But then somebody else knows all the words, so they can read that text quicker. Are they gaining less because they're reading quick? No. You know what I mean? They already know. So these kind of distinctions and exploring it in that kind of way, I just thought it was so weird. And why, the whole reason why I'm talking about this is because when it comes down to it, it depends on the book big time. That's what I got to as well, Summer. It depends on the work, But what it comes down to, nice. Do it, Mark. Do it. When it comes down to it, these kind of distinctions and this reductionist way of trying to understand people more by breaking them up and doing that kind of thing, and labels and all that kind of stuff, that is doing nothing but limiting people. And it calls for people to limit themselves. You know what I mean? To say, oh, well, I am more this kind of person. I am more this kind of reader. And then to not look at the ways that they are the other kind of reader as well, because we all exhibit all those kind of qualities that I had talked about, right? If I'm reading something like the Dragonlance Chronicles, this is I am I read this very, very fast, and I just am, moving through it in a crazy quick pace because there's no reason for me to slow down. You know what I mean? There's no reason for me to slow down. It's all action, it's all very straightforwardly delivered. It's just what it is, right? So I'm reading it very, very quickly. Um, Underworld by Don DeLillo, I read a lot slower than that because it was this kind of book that required me to read it slower. And so there's no difference in my understanding that I've gained from either one because of my way of approaching it or way of reading it. I understand them both, and it has nothing to do with how I approach the text. If I slow down and read Dragonlance slower, I'm not going to gain any more from it. If I speed up and try to read Underworld quicker, yes, I'm going to lose a level of understanding the text by doing that. So, right. Yeah, exactly right, Lee. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Very cool. And so I don't like questions. Nice, Mark. He's already finished the first book. You already finished the Dragons of Art of Twilight. Very cool, Mark. So I just don't like questions and constructs. And that's why I say that I didn't really like it. I thought it was weird because I don't like things that limit people. I don't like things that are constructs that try to work by people labeling themselves and defining themselves by some kind of arbitrary criteria that doesn't have any value, doesn't have any value whatsoever. You know, you thinking about those kind of things, yeah, and coming to the conclusion, yeah, it depends on the book, right? So the whole discussion is not worth anything by doing that. You know what I mean? By getting when you get to that conclusion, it's like, well, it depends on the book, so it's not even about the person. Oh, Dark Matter is a very addictive book. I love Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, right? It's a great book. And I mean, I crushed Dark Matter as well. That is a very quick read, a very fun read. Nice. Nice. All right. Thank you, Moon Palm. I'm always down for I'm always down for people giving suggestions, all the suggestions you want. That's for sure. Dark Matter is so good. What a great one. Um, hey, I have the Pines. He wrote a series called the Wayward Pines, and it's been turned into a TV show or a TV series or something already. So that is Blake Crouch for sure. But what I have not read the Wayward Pines trilogy, I think it is, but I do have the first book in it. But Dark Matter is a thriller sci-fi. And there is, I mean, there's some kind of elements to it that might be said as horror, but it's a thriller and it's sci-fi and it goes completely batshit. It's awesome. And very cool. Very cool, Brandy. Um Recursion. That's right. That's the next one after Dark Matter, and it's sci-fi as well, but more like a philosophical sci-fi. It's all about like memory and thought loops, and Blake Crouch is a master. Blake Crouch is a master. Like what he can do with narrative. Yeah, go for dark matter first. And if you like it, which you will, um, then go for recursion for sure. Nice. Oh man, Mark, you're driving me nuts, man. God, I love Dritz. What a great series that is. Very cool. All right, so we're after an hour. I'm gonna call it, y'all. Thank you for um chilling on Friday night with me. This was really, really fun tonight. It's been really cool hanging out with y'all. Nice to see you, Mark and Deb, Ineffable, The Falcon, Moon Palm, Christopher Robin, PG, I ain't finna read that, Book Nick, Brandy, the Book Eclectic, Evie, she was only Evie was here, Andrew Wizardly Reads, let's see, who else? Tom L.A. Books, yes, nice to see you, brother, as always. Peg at the History Shelf, you rock so hard, Peg. Nice to see you. And Mark and Deb, I think I called out. And Pavio at Attention, for sure. Nice to see you. Always cool. And so many new faces. Very cool. Thank you very much, Chris. Very cool. And yeah, tip your waitresses. They'll be here all night. So Trish Vowell, thanks for coming by. Taking tea with Catherine. Nice to see you again. And thank you. And Mindy's book journey. Mindy, you rock. Nice to see you. And of course, Christina, books, knitting, etc. Nice to see you. Heather, darling, thanks. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. Thanks for saying so. Everybody cool. Thank you for hanging out. This is where the cool kids hang on Friday nights, right? Happy reading. Y'all have a good evening. Catch you on the next one, Book 2.